Hello and welcome to an RVS University video. My name's Joe Finlayson, and in this video I'm going to show you some things in the position quadrant. What I'll do is find an object in the scene and show you how you can manipulate it with its position, its visibility, and also how you can store positions and create very simple tween animations. Okay, so let's get started. I have Unreal running behind this UX window. It's connected up, but it is in editor mode, just so I can show things in more detail. Okay, so what I'm going to do is grab this object via UX, and we're going to manipulate it. Okay, so if I break open this double chevron button here in the position quadrant, you'll see this is set 1. So the sets define if you have a multitude of objects in different sets, you can then define which list you're looking at if you have a lot of objects. So what we'll do is we'll press the plus sign here. So what's going to happen is the UX is going to find the level we're in. So it's just found that we're in ROS NAB Studio 4, and this now has every single object that we have in Unreal available for us to edit or manipulate. So we can do this for objects, cameras, lights, text, and characters. Okay, so what I'm going to do is find the object, which I know is called MV_weather. Okay, the reason we have MV is our naming convention just means movable. Just means that we can find anything that we define as an AR object. So I'm just going to click add once I've found my object, and then you can see it defines the level, ROS, NAB Studio version 4, and the object that I put in here, which is the MV weather object. So if I press the double chevrons again, it's facing the other way this time, this will close the panel. And you can see you can now manipulate this object. So UX has already polled the coordinates here. You can see, if I just move this slightly to the left, we have the pan, tilt, and roll, the XYZ, and the scale. So you can see if you look here that these coordinates match with these values here. So what we'll do is we'll move this down so you can see what I'm doing, and we'll just show you the pan movement. So for example, you can see if I pan, it's moving the object. And you can see that these values match. So we have 109, 109. And then we can move it in the XY, so this is in the position. So we can move the XY back and forward, and also in the Z. So we can move in all the axes available to us. We can also define the size. So for example, if we want to make the object bigger, we can bring the size up. And once we're happy with this, we can then store a position. So we'll call this position 1. And we can give it a duration in seconds. This is how long the object should take to get to this position. We can delay, for example, if you want to, say, have a 2-second delay before you move, if you have an event with multiple objects moving around and you don't want them to clash, so that might happen. With the ease in and ease out, we normally just stick to quadratic. It gives you the smoothest motion. And go to, so this is if you want to tell the object to go back to its original position. You can then define that in here as well. So I'm just going to click OK. So we have one position defined, and what I'll do is just bring the scale back down, and we'll put it in another position just to quickly show you how this works. Okay, so we'll do a little rotate. So then when we press this, the object will move and will rotate. Okay, so if I just jump into here, we'll call this position 2. So all I'm doing is I'm clicking on the plus sign, which breaks open this panel. So we'll just give it another duration, let's say 2 seconds, just the name speed, and we'll give it a quadratic ease. Okay, so we know we're in position 2 already, so what we'll do is we'll then click this button here, and you can see a very quick and easy linear animation. So that's just a quick overview of how you can use the position quadrant to make an animation. One other feature in here of note is the fact that you can turn the object off and on in the live set. So for example, if you go to an advertisement break and you want to turn an object off that's not needed anymore, then you can do that quite easily in here. So that's pretty much a quick overview of the position quadrant and how powerful it is for manipulating your scene quickly, whether you're moving objects around to define your scene before you go on air, or if you want to move them when you're on air. It's a very powerful tool. So one other thing you can do with this as well is you can bring it into the event panel, and I'll discuss that in another video of how you can use the power of the events to manipulate multiple objects at one time, which connect to this position quadrant here. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video.